Hi guys, it's Stacy with another DIY for you on this wonderful day. I am actually going to be filming outside because it's a beautiful day and it just, with it being plants and stuff, I just thought it'd be nice to be outside in the fresh air and just get inspired. So today we're going to be doing our little glass jar planters, and I am going to be walking you through some of the simple steps to make a very easy and fun craft for you and your loved ones. So stay tuned while I get the supplies. So the first thing that we're gonna need is, what do you think? Glass jars! And these are literally any little glass jar that you have that you've used that's recyclable, or like a jelly jar, whatever. It's really up to you. This is just an old jar that had salsa in it. This was another jar that had salsa in it. If you're crafty and you know how to cut glass, you can always take an embellished glass bottle or jar, cut the top off, and you can use that to plant with. But we're just going to be using some little simple jars. And the other thing we're going to need is tape, paint, paint brushes, and soil and plants. That sounds silly, but yes, these are the things that you're going to need. So let's get started. Okay, so first we're gonna take some tape. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention this earlier, but I really should have, because when you do these glass jars, you really want to make sure that you've cleaned the outside off. The reason I say that is because if you don't, you're going to end up with something that looks like this. Are you ready? Okay, so here's one that was not completely cleaned off, and you can see the label coming through. Not only that, but the paper, once the wet paint was applied to the wrapper, the paper on the bottle, you can see that it made the paint clumpy. You don't want that. It just looks tacky. So definitely use a clean jar that has no paper residue, no sticky residue, unless you just don't care, and then that's totally fine too. It doesn't matter. I just find that it's better if the jar is completely clear and there's nothing on it. So with that being said, I'm going to put this guy to the side so he can continue to dry. And we're going to take this jar and we're going to take the tape. I can peel it. Do you guys like my singing? It's probably terrible, but whatever. So I'm just eyeballing this, okay? Some jars actually have like a natural bevel in them, or a natural like line. If you want to do that, follow that line on there, you can. But if your jar doesn't, then don't worry about it. This tape is actually kind of thick, so I'm going to tear it in half. Ever so. Whatever. It's not letting me tear it. Hold on. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. Trying it again. Right down the middle, so to speak. Okay, there's that one. Now we are going to create a nice, even line. This is a little bit trickier than what you think it would be. This, as you'll watch me as I try to get this even. And you know what? You don't have to do this. You can paint these all the way up to the top if you want. This is just the model that I am using because I saw somebody else do this and I thought, oh, that's really cute, super simple. It's about that time. We just had Mother's Day. You know, you're going to want to start decorating outside with plants and lovely things. And this is just one more lovely thing. And I'm really struggling right now, you guys, with this tape. But I'm going to get it. I'm going to lick it. Yes. And if I cannot get it, I will wing it. So, I'm going to get this taped up around here. And like I said, I'm just following the line that's already there. I look like I'm doing spycraft or something here. I know I'm making this look hard. It's just something, like I said, you don't have to do it. You know what? Let's just try something totally different. How about we just make our own line? We don't need to follow their line. Okay? I'm going to set it on its side. And literally, I'm just going to push down and go. Now, in the picture that I used to advertise this class, the person that made these previous, they use succulents. But you don't have to use succulents. You can use little starter plants, like if you have a spider plant that's putting out a bunch of babies, you can put some of those in there. If you have some viney plants that you took starts from, you can put those in here. You know, this is really up to you and what you want to do. And there's that. Trying to get this all lined up the best I possibly can so that it looks symmetrical. Okay, so there it is. Check it out. It is taped and ready to go. I'm just going to read it. Why didn't that side stick? Good. Good, good, good. All right, so we got her all taped up, taped off. Now, literally, the next step is to paint it. So, I already painted one yellow, so let's pick a different color. We could go with, how about this jazzy green? It is called Citrus Fruta Critica. I'm guessing that's how that's pronounced, but I don't know. Shake it up. Pour a little bit. Ooh, that's got a clump in it. Always have a rag on hand, kids. All right, now I got some green paint poured. And got to clean off my brush because I used it for yellow. And literally, when you clean your brushes, just take your brush, keep a jar of water, cup of water, just some water, keep it to the side here, and just gently tap it across the bottom just to get that excess paint out. And then you're going to just gently dry. Now, okay, still a little wet. I'm just going to stick my hand in the jar. And we're going to tap into the paint and we're going to paint like so. Painting, painting, painting. This should not be a stressful craft. This should be a very chill and enjoyable craft. Now, you can paint horizontally. Wait, that's vertically. You can paint vertically or horizontally. It's up to you. It's whatever look you're going for. And you do not want to make the coat very heavy. You want it light. Otherwise, it is going to take forever to dry. You know, I love to listen to music, so right now would be a wonderful time to have some tunes playing. Or if you're really gangbusters and you can listen to an audio book while you do your crafts, that's always a fun way to get a book in while you're doing something that you love or enjoy. Maybe you don't love crafting, maybe you're just starting out. You guys, we've got a visitor. Guess who's here? Goosey, are you gonna come and say hi? Huh? Is you gonna come and say hi, little cat? Well, maybe he's not, but he's here. He stopped in to see us. I wish we could have cats at the library. It would be really cool, and I think most people would like it. But every now and then you find somebody who's allergic, and that's just no good. See how that's coming along? Now, if you find some really cool jars that have embellishments on them, those will really stand out once you paint them. Hi, Mr. Goose. Hi. You gonna come up here and say hi to everybody? I think you should. You should come and introduce yourself. Come here. I'm just taking the paint and now that I've got a coat on there, I'm just taking and I'm cleaning up the lines of that paint, if you follow me. And like I said, I'm not putting it on super heavy, putting it on nice and light. There's a lot of bird action going on around here. I can feel them swooping and swooning, and I don't know if you guys can see them behind me, but oh no. Okay, I'm gonna call it quits. It's done. Put your brush in the water and let it dry. Oh no, I touched it. Now I gotta go back in and fix it. Okay, you guys. There it is, and it's gonna sit there and it's gonna dry. Takes about 5 minutes, I'd say, if you didn't do it too heavy, but either way, make sure it's completely dry before you start the next step. Stay tuned. We're coming right back. Okay, so here we are. The jar has dried. This is the yellow one that I told you have the wrapping still on it, so to speak. So I'm just gonna peel the tape off and we're gonna look at it and see what it looks like. It's not great, it's not wonderful, but I'm going to use some sandpaper that I have, and I'm just gonna kind of scruff it up and see what it looks like. See if it makes a difference. I don't know. Maybe I should have gone horizontally. Oh, that's just almost taking it completely out. Okay, well, whatever. We'll go to the green one. This one's not much better. But it's done. Let's see. You know, part of doing DIYs is that it's, you know, with crafts, it's a do-it-yourself. So it really is more about not perfection, but just the fact that you're taking the time to do something to be one. If you never do this, you're taking a chance, you know, being brave. But two, if you're giving it to somebody, you're taking the time to make something special for someone, and more often than not, just the thought behind it is what people really gravitate towards. They're like, wow, you took the time to make this for me. And that means something to a lot of people, especially people that you care about, that care about you. And this is just different, so we're gonna go with it. Now, when it comes to the potting mixture that goes into these little jars, you have a couple of options. You can go to the store and buy a big old bag like this and just use that. Some people say that with succulents that you have to use this whole special blend. I've planted many of my succulents in just dirt like this, just the potting mix soil. And I've had really great success. Other people like to put sand in there and rocks and stuff, and you can do that if you want drainage, which I always recommend, because you don't want roots to be wet. You want them to be moist, but you don't want them to be sitting in water. So this is just an old cup that I have some of the potting soil in, and what I'm gonna do is I've got some small stones that I'm literally just going to add to this, and I'll show you what that looks like. So these are just some small stones. We're just gonna put them in there, and I'm just gonna shake it around, and then I'm going to, and it's okay if you make a mess. That's one of the reasons why I like being outside, because it's such an easier cleanup process. You can just sweep it right into the yard. Okay. we're going to add just a little bit. Oh, that's a clumper. Clumper. Okay. Now, if you have something that has a lot of roots, obviously you're not going to fill this jar that full. But what I got doesn't have a lot of roots. So I'm just going to, I don't know what I want to put in here. I'm so excited. I've got this big, beautiful baby I could put down in there, but I'll definitely have to dump some of that. This has been growing for quite a while, which is why he's so tall. But I thought maybe he could use a new container to grow in. Now, did you guys know that if you want to make a new succulent, literally you can take a leaf that you've broke off clean at the tip or at the edge of the stalk, and you lay this on dirt. I know it sounds so crazy, and I didn't believe it until I tried it. But you just lay it onto the dirt and they will sprout roots and you'll have a new baby plant in no time at all. So if you're into plants like I am, then these are little tricks that you can do to make more plants. Because, hey, you always need one more plant, right? Ooh, that was loud, huh? Okay. He is top heavy. And look at that. Voila! Ta-da! And there's your little succulent glass jar planter. Anyway, this guy is really tall. I get it. I didn't have a baby to put in here, so I needed to create something to put in here. And this was one that I'd already had, and like I said, it was already growing for a while. In fact, this is the other guy that was in the same container as him. He started sprouting off some roots, so I'm going to put him into another jar all on his own. And we will get back to that at another time. So, here it is, you guys. Our little tiny cute glass jar planter. Now I'm going to add just a little bit more soil to this just because he wants to fall over, and I don't know why that is. If you want to be super creative, or not creative is not what I was going to say, fancy or something, and you want to put like pretty stone on the top, you can do that, or some of that funky little fake grass to help hold moisture in, you can do that. I'm gonna break this guy off so I can start a new baby, or not. There, okay, I don't have to now. I was about to break him off. Okay, you guys, there it is. It's done. There's your glass jar planter. I hope that you like this DIY. I hope it wasn't too silly for you. And I just want to say thank you, as always, for tuning in to Plymouth Public Library's DIY with Stacy. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, you guys. Share this with your friends, and we'll see you next time.